Mr. Tharman Shanmugaratnam, Senior Minister and Coordinating Minister for Social Policies in Singapore and Chairman of the Monetary Authority of Singapore, all distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to deliver a keynote speech at the 2020 iteration of the Afro-Asian FinTech Festival, which is being held as part of the global Singapore FinTech Festival. I'm grateful to you, Senior Minister Tharman, for your kind invitation and warm welcome. I also congratulate the organizers of this event for bringing together over 30 cities from across the world. And I note with satisfaction that our capital city, Nairobi, is represented here today. This indeed is a great honor for our country, and we look forward to sharing experiences and learning from each other, especially in terms of this year's theme, people and talent. I am encouraged to note that continued cooperation in FinTech between Kenya and Singapore since I inaugurated in July 2019 the Afro-Asian FinTech Festival 2019, which was co-hosted by our central bank and the Monetary Authority of Singapore, and the tremendous progress that has been made since. The social and economic bonds of friendship and cooperation that tie Africa and Asia are more relevant today than ever before. As our world contends with the COVID-19 global pandemic, it is critical for our two regions and our people to come together to find ways to innovate and leverage adversity into opportunity within the context of a changed world. That approach must be people-centric and tailored towards maximizing the gains available from FinTech and the digital economy. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya recorded its first COVID-19 case on the 13th of March this year. My administration took immediate steps to safeguard the health and well-being of our people. And for the first time in our history, we introduced a nationwide curfew, restricted movements into and out of particular counties in our country, closed our international borders, and introduced restrictions on social gatherings. While these measures had demonstrable positive benefits, they inevitably had adverse impact on lives and livelihoods. But it has not been all doom and gloom. In the face of adversity, Kenya leveraged on the digital advantages that we had built over the decades to reduce the risk of COVID-19 transmission. Though physical notes and coins, we introduced emergency measures in March to encourage the use of mobile money. Specifically, our central bank, in consultation with commercial banks and payment service providers, waived charges on the low-value transactions of below $10, and all transfers between bank accounts and mobile money wallets. And further, mobile money wallet limits were increased from a previous $1,500 to $3,000. These measures have played a critical role during the pandemic in facilitating official and personal transfers to vulnerable households. They have also enabled individuals and businesses to access financial services amidst the necessary restrictions imposed to contain COVID-19. In addition, it is indeed a remarkable and exciting story to tell for an additional 2.7 million Kenyans, or 10% of the existing subscriber base, have been onboarded to mobile money during this pandemic period. Ladies and gentlemen, the war against COVID-19 remains far from being won. However, there is light at the end of the tunnel, especially with recent announcements on the potential vaccines against the novel coronavirus. And as we begin to build back our economies and our societies, technology, innovation, and the financial sector will be at the center of our bounce-back strategies. As we build back the lives and livelihoods of our citizens, three pillars will be critical in this journey. First, we shall place people at the center of the digital economy. The vision of Kenya's digital economy blueprint, launched in March of 2019, is a digitally empowered citizenry living in a digitally enabled society. We aspire for Kenya, where all and every citizen, every enterprise and organization has digital access and the capacity to participate and thrive in the digital economy. And towards this end, my government has, working in partnership with the private sector, developed bespoke platforms and applications that innovatively deliver services in a consistent and convenient manner. Second, as we digitize, we must be careful not to leave any of our people behind. While digitization has been a lifesaver both before and during this pandemic, it has also exacerbated the digital divide among a vast population who lacks access to digital platforms and those who do. Over 700 million people globally lack broadband connectivity, while over 1 billion lack the formal identification documents necessary for safe and secure digital transactions. To ensure our people are not left behind, my government has supported a multifaceted program to expand connectivity in Kenya. We have also introduced the National Integrated Identity Management System, which seeks to create and manage a central master population database, which will be a single source of truth on a person's identity. Third, while connecting citizens to the digital economy, we must remain seized of the attendant risks, and particularly with regard to data privacy and cybersecurity. As we connect more citizens to the digital rails, we must remain cognizant of the fact that many of them are not techno-savvy and can easily fall victim to loss or misuse of their data and personal information, or are vulnerable to online fraud. In this regard, Kenya enacted the Data Protection Act of 2019 to protect personal data and ensure that it is used only for legitimate purposes. To oversee the implementation of the Act, Parliament in November of this year approved the appointment of Kenya's first Data Protection Commissioner. On the cybersecurity front, we are in the process of operationalizing the Computer Misuse and Cybercrimes Act 2018. The Act provides a framework to proactively detect and deter cybercrimes and misuse of computer systems through a framework that includes international cooperation in recognition of the increasingly transnational nature of cybercrime. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya's financial transformation journey has seen access to financial services triple in 13 years, from 26% of the adult population in 2006 to 83% of our population in 2019. The mobile money phenomena that gave rise to this transformation was initially largely driven by Kenyans in urban areas transferring money to their relatives in rural areas. Over time, these needs have morphed to include savings, credit, insurance, pensions, and even capital market products. Users have also expanded, with many Kenyan citizens in the diaspora utilizing mobile money as a means of cheaply and conveniently remitting money back home. As government, we introduced Emakiba, the mobile phone-centric bond, to finance government in 2017. For as little as $30, Kenyans can participate in government securities and contribute to the financing of critical social services such as health, security, and education. We are reviewing the Emakiba bond that matured early this year to learn more from our experiences. Going forward, instruments such as Emakiba will be critical in placing people at the center of the financial system and to participate in the funding of services that are critical to the lives of our people and the livelihoods of our communities. In this context, my government will continue to provide an enabling environment for financial institutions and innovators to develop products to meet our people's needs. Ladies and gentlemen, while global fintech festivals such as the Singapore Fintech Festival allow for the sharing of experiences and learning, their success should be measured by the quality of ideas they incubate and bring to fruition. I'm therefore pleased to note that the Singapore Fintech Festival also incorporates a global fintech accelerator that seeks to create and match impactful, market-ready solutions with real industry technology, needs focused on the COVID-19 response, green finance, and sustainability. I am also pleased to note that one of the global finalists, SME Credit Pro from Cameroon, was the winner of the 2020 African Virtual Africa Hackathon, organized by the Central Bank of Kenya in August of this year. The 2020 Africa Virtual Africa Hackathon focused on solutions targeting the twin health and economic challenges posed by COVID-19. 74 entries were received from 14 countries across Africa and the Middle East, as well as Europe. There was an impressive array of innovative solutions in healthcare, digital payments, economic recovery, and general categories. The solutions presented targeted the health and economic dimensions of the pandemic. This include financing of micro, small, and medium enterprises, cash transfers to vulnerable groups, enhancing agriculture value chains, and COVID-19 contact tracing. These solutions, when scaled up, will play an important role not only in the context of the pandemic, but also in contributing to the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals. The ongoing pandemic has been a setback in the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals, particularly in health and education. Innovation will be critical as we regroup the lost ground in achieving the SDGs. I therefore wish all the 20 global finalists well as they pitch their solutions at the Singapore Fintech Festival, and more importantly, I look forward to their solutions being scaled up and being part of the global agenda to build back better. In closing, I look forward to the innovative ideas from the festival, the partnerships that will be created between private sector and government. A reservoir of ideas and ingenuity lies in this forum, which, if implemented, will dramatically change the world for the better. I thank you all for your attention.